A new report by the National Association of Realtors shows that though the construction gap has improved, the gap remains wide across the country. We'll have the details up next. Your real estate news starts now. Thank you for watching your real estate news. I'm Stacy Hansen. Let's take a look at your headlines. A new report by the National Association of Realtors shows that though the construction gap has improved, the gap remains wide across the country. According to the report, not only has construction been limited, it's been focused on the upper end of the market. Meanwhile, the total population and number of families needing homes has continued to rise. The need can be seen in the ratio of employment to permits. The NAR reports that historically there is a strong relationship between new construction and the number of newly employed workers. In Madison, the ratio of change in employment to change in single-family permits from 2012 to 2015 is 5.89, which does indicate a permit shortage. The Milwaukee region and Rockford, Illinois are also indicating permit shortages with ratios of about 8.5 and just over 12 respectively. Chicago ranked in the top 10 in the nation for single-family permit shortages. So how much money do Americans have saved in their savings accounts? A new survey by Go Banking Rates found that 69% of Americans have less than $1,000 in their savings accounts, and 34% of Americans have no savings at all. And about half of U.S. families have zero retirement account savings. Experts say that one of the big reasons people aren't saving more is likely because they are living beyond their means. The survey found that the amount saved also varies by age. Seniors over 65 are the most likely to have higher dollar amounts in their savings accounts. As for how much you should have saved, most experts recommend having 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund to pay for unexpected costs. And Money Magazine has some ways that you can lower your energy bill this winter. A big way to do that is to have an HVAC professional inspect your furnace before the cold weather comes. They can spot leaks, blockages, and mechanical and electrical failings before you start running the furnace daily. Experts say that regularly changing your furnace air filters at least every 3 months can be a big energy saver and improve the air quality of your home. Money also recommended resealing your home by weather stripping and insulating windows. And finally, bundle up in your warm clothing inside the house too. Experts say that for every degree you drop your thermostat in the 60 to 70 degree range, you can save 5% on heating costs. Don't go away. We'll have more real estate news right after this. Welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Kirsten Goggin from Century 21. Welcome back, Kirsten. Great to see you again. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Doing great. Now I'm wondering about that Timber Lane listing that you have. How's that doing?
You know, we've had a lot of activity. We've had one offer, didn't quite come to terms on it, but seller is motivated. So we just reduced $10,000, so it's now at $365.
Wow.
And fabulous property. We've got quite a few second showing, so this recent reduction, we just did it, so we might have an offer, but nothing in hand yet. So we do have an open house this Sunday, October 2nd from 1 to 3. However, it might be gone by then, who knows. But if you're interested, get in there and see it. It's a fabulous property. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, over 6.5 acres. It's just so many features. I don't even know where to start. You just really have to check out w5481timberlane.canletterbeyours.com or kjsellsmadison.com. You can see the virtual tour, the floor plans, tons of pictures, and all of the features as well.
Yeah, those virtual tours that you do are great. I feel like you get such a good sense of what the house looks like.
Yep, I mean, it literally has the 3D floor plan, and it also has the regular ones too, if that's more your style. But on the 3D version, you can click on the room and it zooms you in. You're instantly like in the room, and then you can just move your mouse around. You can look 360 degrees and walk through with your mouse. So it's kind of neat.
Yeah, that's so great because I feel like that way you get a sense of whether you even want to come and look at the house in person, and you can really see a lot about the house that way. So what else do you have going on? Do you have any specials going on right now for fall?
I do. If you meet with me and list before the end of the year, I will upgrade your package. Now, all of my packages, again, come with a professional photography. You get your own commercial right here on channel 57. And in addition to I've got lots of marketing packages. Check out sellwithkj.com. It's a new website that I put up just for people that are interested in selling. But if you meet with me before the end of the year and you decide to list, even if you list in the spring, I will upgrade your package for free, which means you get a separate website, you get the 3D floor virtual tour versus just the regular video tour, which is still amazing because it zooms in from Google Earth. But we'll give you a little incentive there since we do have a shortage of listings right now.
Yeah, definitely want to take advantage of that because it's a great offer that you've got there.
I also do, I usually do not discount because I do spend so much to market my properties. But if you're also purchasing with me, once you sell, I do give a discount in those cases. So meet with me, we can chat about it.
Definitely take advantage of that. Well, thanks so much, Kirsten.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Andrew Kimball. He's the owner of Kimball Realtors. Welcome back, Andrew. How's the market in the Wisconsin Dells area right now?
You know, it's actually starting to slow down a little bit. I think part of the problem is, though, we really don't have enough inventory, so some of the buyers have kind of stopped their searches. So if we could get more homes listed, I think it would stay really busy. It's been just an absolutely great year up there.
That's good to hear. Now, this time I'd like to talk a little bit about the behind-the-scenes stuff, about maybe people that are looking for a career in real estate, maybe with you or with someone else. Is this a good time to start doing that?
Well, I think it is. This time of year, oftentimes realtors will kind of scale back a little bit, but for the realtors that are willing to work hard, there's really a great time of year. There's plenty of places to be listed and houses to be sold any time of the year for the realtors that are really willing to work hard and get out there and work for them.
Now, is Kimball looking for more realtors?
Yes, we would actually like to bring on 2 or 3 more realtors. If we can find some quality realtors that meet our standards, we'd love to bring them aboard onto our team.
So what do you look for in a real estate agent? What should somebody be shooting for?
Sure. Well, when I talk to someone about coming on board with our company, I let them know what our vision is for our company and for real estate in general. And we believe in honesty and integrity and always putting the client's needs first. And we look for realtors that look for those same types of quality, that want a career in real estate, and we're willing to do that.
And those are great things to look for just in general too. I wonder, what would you say makes your company different than other real estate companies? Why would somebody want to come and work for you?
Sure, we're an independent company, so we're not a franchise, but we still are affiliated with the MLS, so we still have all the advantages of working with the multiple listing service. But by being an independent company, we have more flexibility in what we can offer in someone's schedule. We don't have mandatory floor times, but we do have a downtown office in Wisconsin Dells. If the realtor wanted to come in and work in the office and get leads generated from their office, they're welcome to do that, but they don't have the mandatory floor times. And we believe in working as a team so that everyone on our team is working together to get results for everybody. And that's kind of one of the main focuses, is the teamwork of Kimball Realtors.
Yeah, and your teamwork over there is great. Now, just in general, what are the requirements to become a real estate agent again?
Yes, in Wisconsin, you do have to do 72 hours of coursework. That can be done online, which is a convenient way to do that. And then you also have to pass an exam, and there's also continuing education also. And if someone wanted to find out more about what would be involved in getting into real estate and getting a career in real estate, they can definitely give me a call. Be glad to meet with them in the office or talk with them about how to get started in real estate.
Yeah, that's exciting for everyone. So thanks so much, Andrew, for stopping by.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Katrina Gerke. She's the Community Manager of 306 West. Welcome, Katrina. It's so nice to meet you.
Hi, Stacy. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, I wonder with all the other luxury high-rise apartment buildings out there in Madison right now, what makes your place special?
Well, I think the big thing is location, the quality of the apartment living, and our pet policy. One of the nice things about the location is you're at the heart of downtown. It's a nice little area and it's a quiet neighborhood. The nice thing is a block away is the lake. block away is the Capitol, and the other way you can head down to State Street. And so it's kind of nice. There's a lot of restaurants and museums. So people love that. They can walk. A lot of my residents tell me they don't even use their car on the weekends. They walk to everything.
And that is an awesome location too. You're right. There's so much to do. Now, I wonder, we're hearing a lot of new developments referring to themselves as luxury apartments. What would you say makes a building a true luxury building?
I think a lot of it is the quality of the apartment. We have some beautiful apartments that have some amazing views. We have stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, concrete flooring, wall-to-wall windows. So it makes just a lot of the areas, there isn't a bad view in that place.
So you have a pet policy, correct? What is that?
Correct. Well, we actually have no breed or weight restriction. So the nice thing is we have dogs of all sorts. So we have little dogs, big dogs, and one of the nice things is we work with the Humane Society, and we are one out of 450 apartments that have no weight or breed restrictions.
And that's great news for those large pet owners out there. Now I'm wondering, what kind of feedback are you getting from residents?
We get a lot of positive feedback, especially about the quality of our apartments, the location. We do have 24-hour maintenance staff, so we're always hands-on and we're always willing to go an extra mile for our residents.
And you have some leasing specials going on too.
We do. Right now we are offering 1 month free on a 12-month lease. And if somebody mentions this interview, they'll also get a month free of parking.
Great deals. Definitely take advantage of those. Well, thanks, Katrina. So nice to meet you.
Thank you.
And welcome back to the Real Estate News. I'm now with Becky Anderson from Trista on the Water. Welcome back, Becky. How are you doing?
Thanks, Stacy. We're doing just great.
So how's occupancy looking over there at Trista now?
We're really getting to our numbers. We're at about 80% right now. And we only have, in our 1 bedrooms, we only have like 2 available, 1 now and 1 coming up on the 1st.
Wow, so they're going really quickly, and you've still got, I bet those outside activities are still going strong. We've still got a lot of nice weather ahead of us.
We do, and you know, we always got to be on the water until it becomes a frozen water. But there's still kayaking, canoeing, fishing, boating, all that, and grilling, all that outside activities, and everybody's just loving this weather we're having.
Are you having nice sunsets out there too?
The sun is coming around at this point. You know, it's going, I think that's east. And so the sunsets now are coming over the river and over the lake, and they're just phenomenal.
That's got to be amazing. Worth going out there to check out just for that. And you've got a lot of amenities there. You've got a restaurant, bar. People can go check this sunset out too, right?
Exactly. You can sit outside on their outside eating area, or you can even come and get a beverage and sit in our courtyard and watch the sunset.
And what other amenities do you have there again? You've got this store.
We have our little store, our little mini store where you can buy beverages or Kleenex, candy bar, dish soap, just a variety of things, just in case you are making a cake and you forgot your cake mix or whatever. And we still have the other normal things I mentioned in the past. We've got our patio terrace up on the 4th floor, which also overlooks the water, which you can also see the sunsets from.
And in the pet spa too, we've talked about.
Yes, the pet spa. Everybody loves the pet spa. I have a, maybe I mentioned this last time, but I have a lady that gives her cat a bath.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yes, it's really kind of, she said she just does it. She must have started when it was a kitten, I'm not sure.
She's a rare cat indeed. So I wonder, what kind of feedback are you getting from residents on Trista?
The only people that are not renewing are people that are getting job transfers, or they're building a house, or it's not because they're moving to another property, and we're filling those right away. So it's kind of like some of our rentals are kind of at a standstill because the ones that have been lived in for a year are now re-renting. But we only have, we're probably getting like 75% renewal rate, which is really good.
That's a great sign. I mean, that tells you something right there. It's really a great place to live. Well, thanks so much, Becky. Great to see you again.
Thank you, and remember, live where you love where you live.
And welcome back to the Real Estate News. Realtor.com recently released their 2016 Hottest Zip Codes report, and the finding was that millennials are actually playing a huge role in these hottest zip codes. So joining us today is actually Jonathan Smoke. He's the chief economist for Realtor.com. Welcome, Jonathan. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Stacy.
So what are some of your big findings from this report?
Well, we were looking at what are the areas of the country, and we looked at it by zip code because that's really much closer to the neighborhoods that real people make decisions about where they want to live. And we looked at how quickly inventory was moving and how popular listings were on Realtor.com to define hotness. And this year, what emerged from analyzing the top markets in the country was that we saw three themes. Number one, we saw areas of the country that are definitely seeing significant economic growth, and that is producing much more jobs in those areas, and those areas also have much lower levels of unemployment. And so that leads to people literally being in a better position to be able to buy a home financially, but also gives them confidence that their conditions and their aspects for the future are very bright. The second theme that we saw in the markets was affordability. And so we tended to see either markets that were more affordable than prices are nationally, or within their broader market, suburbs or neighborhoods that tended to be a little bit more affordable to that local market, being a significant part of especially young people being able to get into the market. And then finally, that third piece is the millennial generation. They're the largest generation in history. They have been slower to get into home ownership, in part because of the economy that we've lived through over the last several years. But now their conditions are improving. We're seeing them in huge numbers. 4.4 million people will turn 30 this year, and that was in fact the median age for a millennial homebuyer last year. And we're seeing them play a big role nationwide, but especially in these hottest markets. And by the way, that's true for Madison as well.
Was that surprising when you saw that millennials were playing such a big role in this?
It's not surprising. We predicted it. I would say it was relieving, a relief to see it, because it's what should be happening. And it really confirms that we're on the very leading edge of what's going to be a demographic that's going to drive the housing market, not just now, not just next year, but for the next 10 to 15 years.
So we're broadcasting out of South Central Wisconsin. So I was wondering where Wisconsin is fitting in. Do we have any hot zip codes?
So we ranked every zip code in the country, and your hottest zip code, 53714 in Madison, ranks officially as number 128. So it's outside of the top 20, but considering there are 33,000 zip codes in the United States, that's a pretty respectable position for a very healthy housing market.
Well, that's great news. So what were your, let's say your top 5 markets then?
So number 1 in the country is a suburb of Fort Worth, Texas. It's called Watauga. It has all of those attributes that we were talking about driving the market in significant numbers, and that's why it made number 1. Number 2 is Pleasant Hill, California, which is a suburb of San Francisco. It's a bit of a contrast, especially up against number 1, because there the median prices are close to $650,000. So affordability sounds like it would be a challenge, but actually when you understand the broader context of San Francisco, where the median price is almost twice that amount in Pleasant Hill, relative affordability is driving some of the attraction there. And they actually led the charts in the price increases and have been for the last couple of years in Northern California. Number 3 on the list is a suburb of Denver, and that area in particular has been a place that has led the country in job creation over the last 2 years. And in fact, it has seen the fastest moving inventory of any place in the country. That area of North Glen specifically has seen inventory move a median of 11 days this year. And that's the median, so that's the middle point. And you can really understand that literally means that half of the homes in less than a week are sold when they first come onto the market, which is pretty impressive. Number 4 is Colorado Springs, which has Very similar dynamic to Denver, though it's more affordable and there are even more millennials participating in that market. And number 5 is San Antonio, the most affordable market in the country, and it also is seeing millennials in large numbers in that market.
So I'm wondering what the forecast is for maybe next year. Is it too soon, or do you have some thoughts about where the market's headed?
No, it's not too soon, because actually this time of the year, what we're seeing on Realtor.com is largely a reflection of who the buyers are going to be next year, because the typical home buying journey today is 9 to 12 months, and we really see a change at the end of July.